Let's go ahead and dive into the real estate market again. As you know, all housing markets are local. When you moved to San Diego, or maybe you're from San Diego or smart enough not to leave, it's because of the Pacific Ocean. This guy is absolutely dominating the market. He was recently featured in Top Agent magazine. He focuses on luxury real estate, but he helps people of all shapes and sizes. Here you can see it on the screen in the helicopter. Here to talk about Mission Beach and some of the things happening in that market. We got our good friend Seth O'Byrne. Good to have you, man.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Top Agent magazine, one of the mini laundry list of awards and accomplishments that are being featured out there. So tell us about that.
Yeah, that was really cool. So Top Agent magazine, they feature agents that are out there. They consider leaders in the marketplace, people who are doing things that are more innovative in the marketplace. Realtors who are really, I think, enthusiastic about what they do, and they're really passionate to be in the industry. So a lot of huge names have been in Top Agent magazine on the cover. So when we got the call just a couple months ago, it was a huge honor. We were excited, and a lot of what they were excited about was these, aerial VIP helicopter showings. And so some of those photos, some of those pictures that we're showing is we actually took a photographer that did the shoot for us up there and actually showed off some of our listings from the air and showed them how the helicopter showings work. It's really cool.
So Mission Beach, right? Yep. I mean, you're doing real estate all the way up the coast and inland as well, right? But today I wanted to focus on Mission Beach with you. You got a new listing, $4 million listing coming up. So This speaks to coastal properties. It also speaks to what's happening in the luxury real estate market. So tell us about what's going on there.
Yeah, Mission Beach is interesting, and a lot of people in San Diego know Mission Beach, but they don't know really how to wrap their arms around what the Peninsula is, what it takes to buy in Mission Beach. We all know it as kind of San Diego's vacation spot. Most people from around the world, know of San Diego, but they might not know of Mission Beach. But if you're from Arizona, LA, Orange County, or of course, San Diego, Mission Beach is really our place where we go in the hot summers. I actually have a photo that we have framed. This is on the wall of our office. If we could kind of zoom in here.
I had no idea you were going to show that today.
So this black and white photo was taken in the 50s. This is actually, a lot of people don't know this, but Mission Beach and Mission Bay was actually man-made. It was dredged. Originally, Ocean Beach and Mission Beach were one piece of land, and it was actually dredged to create the Peninsula, which is just a little over about 1,200 addresses. And of those addresses, South Mission Beach is going to be right south of, this is about half of it, is going to be south of the roller coaster and the wave house, which we now know, all the way down to the Jetty, which is where the two properties we were talking about today are. And then heading up north, that's North Mission Beach, which feeds into Pacific Beach.
What year was that picture taken?
In the 50s, yeah. That was around, I think it was around 54. They started dredging it. Just
behind you, Mission Beach. When was that picture taken?
So that picture was taken by our photographer, Brent Haywood. We put him up in a helicopter to take this. We actually have two of our listings that we're going to showcase today in this very photo. One of them all the way to the far left, to the end of and that's the $4 million listing that we have the video of, and then all the way close to us, that Spanish building with the red tiles.
Well, let's take a look at the listing that you have. So you have a $4 million listing that's coming up. Tell us about it.
Okay, yeah. This is a stunning one. I think we may have some footage, I'm not sure, but Channel 6 News, we took them through the property. We were showcasing this beautiful, gorgeous property, and really trying to excite San Diegans about what we have in our backyard here in Mission Beach. This is one of the, I think, best vacation markets in Southern California. In Mission Beach, 360 degrees water around the peninsula. It makes these property values extremely high because of the lifestyle it offers. This home we just put on the market here for $3.95 million. It's a 3-bedroom, 3-bath. It was originally duplex. They blew out all the walls and made it one solid property. And the footage we're seeing here is actually from the Sotheby's office meeting where we brought all the Sotheby's top-end brokers to show them this property when it came live.
You ever wonder what the real estate, because you weren't born yet in 1950, was going for then versus where it's at now? I wonder if there's anybody who's holding on to these properties like, yeah, Mom, I made it.
Yes, yeah. The first home I bought in Mission Beach, just 2 doors down, there's a woman who actually owned a property she paid $10,000 for back in like 1955.
Wow.
Mind you, her home was double the size of my home, and I think her home is probably worth $2 million now, so it's just absolutely stunning.
So you actually, what you do with a lot of your marketing, you create these dynamic videos. Top Agent magazine interviewed you specifically around this, and you get them out into the marketplace, digital marketing, and you attract a lot of eyes and ears and viewers to this thing. Recently, you had one that went for, was 100,000 views or something
Yeah,
like
we had
that?
over 100,000 views of this video on social media, YouTube, our email marketing. But a lot of it was organic. People were seeking this video out. It was actually arguably probably the best video we ever did, and we're really excited to showcase it today.
All right, well, let's take a look at this video that Seth has put out there. It's a great video, and 100,000 people have checked it out. Talk about good marketing. Let's take a look.
In Southern California, where the water is warm and the beaches are beautiful, there's only so much oceanfront estate for sale. They rarely come for sale, but even more rare is a property like this. From a real estate perspective, this property is incredibly significant because at the end of Mission Beach, where the point ends, the boardwalk actually veers off west towards the Jetty, which leaves only 12 homes to have their own sandfront. That's why I'm so excited about this property, because I believe it provides a unique opportunity for someone who wants to have the activity of Mission Beach, but really wants to have fine materials and comfortable living.
Mission Beach is it. This is a place that has everything that's accessible when you think about a beach, from swimming to running to biking and paddling, everything's here. After a number of years, our kids got a little bit older. We said, hey, let's move down to the beach. We did that, and it's been a great experience ever since then.
This has been a wonderful place to raise our family. Being right on the beach, our son could just grab his surfboard and go surfing. Our daughter plays beach volleyball. We like to run. It draws you outside all the time.
When I first walked into this house, what I really loved was that the kitchen and a living area was on the first floor, going right outside. The backsplash in the kitchen, what a great reflection. As the sun sets, it's just amazing. All unique different woods. What I wanted to do is I wanted to incorporate the outdoor feel, the ocean, the sunsets, and I brought that in. Then you go to the third level, which is just this wonderful master suite. And to me, it was just a great home as far as flow goes. There's a cute little small deck off of the bathroom, plenty of storage, garage space, where a lot of times you don't find in Mission Beach. And I think this home has everything.
As a high-end aerial photographer of real estate in San Diego, this is one of the properties that's always been unique to me while flying down the coastline. It's set back far enough from the beach that you don't actually have a lot of people right next to you, but you're still involved in the beach life and the beach lifestyle. And not a lot of these houses are lit correctly. This one's stunning. When you're sitting inside the house at twilight, it is lit so nice that you've got a great balance between the outdoor lighting and the indoor lighting. And there's just not many properties on this boardwalk that offer that.
The sun sets directly off our balcony, and one of our favorite things of finishing off a day is to come home, open a bottle of wine, watch the sun set. It's a wonderful way to finish a day, decompress, and enjoy the outdoors while you're actually in your home.
Oceanfront Walk is one of the rarest opportunities in Mission Beach, and it is the quintessential Southern California beach home.
Another Seth O'Byrne classic. Great video. So obviously a beautiful video, tells a great story about Mission Beach. You take that, you take it out to the marketplace. Sotheby's is an international company.
Yeah.
You attract global buyers with stuff like that. Someone buys that house. We were talking while it was playing about being able to rent the house. You're saying things like that can fetch how much a week?
You know, it depends on the time of year. There's something called the 9-3 split, which is September to May, those 9 months.
Yep.
Typically that's University of San Diego, SDSU, UCSD time. and you could rent it out to students, and then you leave the 3 months for the summer rentals. Those are the hot rentals. So you rent that year round, you're probably renting it for somewhere in the $10,000 to $12,000 a month range.
Wow.
But if you rent that in the summer, you could rent that for probably $15,000 a week.
Wow.
About $60,000 a month. So it actually cash flows. You could put 20, 30% down. You could actually cash flow that $4 million house, which I know sounds crazy, but it's possible.
You know, it does. And I know that you focus a lot on luxury real estate. You're known for it. But there's a Facebook post you put up not that long ago where you were celebrating getting a first-time home buyer, someone who'd served in our military, into, I think it's a $300,000 home.
Actually, 140 grand.
Was it?
140 grand.
Oh,
we
right,
closed yesterday, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it totally comes full circle.
So wide range of knowledge, but also I think it speaks to your heart and your passion around the business. You have another listing coming up here.
Yes. Yeah. So actually just 3 doors down from this, also in Mission Beach, we have another property, really cool. See, we highlighted it there. As you can see, everything else we have on the strand there is in black and white. That property, the middle level condo, 3-bedroom, 2-bath. This will be the cheapest 3-bedroom condo on the market in the last 6 years. We're putting on the market next week for $1.289 to $1.589.
Really?
You can
Wow.
get to a property, you know, potentially under $1.5 million on
the beach?
Same exact boardwalk that you have 4, 5, and 6 million.
I think the question that people are asking is, why is that so much less expensive? If I'm looking at that picture,
yeah,
it doesn't look smaller. What would keep the price point down on that one versus some of the others?
Well, you know, the condo itself in that building, you know, the condo first. You go from house to condo. You're going from the multi-millions down into the millions, and then also, you know, that's a 3-bedroom, but it's it's around 1,500 square feet. But I think it's a great deal.
It's an amazing deal.
Realistically,
I think you just got a lot of people's attention.
Yeah,
that you're starting to get a bigger buyer pool.
Absolutely.
Move up buyers, I'm sure investors. I mean, it's a great home.
Yeah,
I couldn't believe you said 1.2 million.
1.2 million, yeah, and you could be a full-time owner in there. I mean, you could be one of the 26% of the Strand that live in that property full-time. And as you can see, I mean, you wake up in the morning, make a cup of coffee, and you watch the volleyball players, you know, get warmed up and start their thing, and everybody run off to the Jetty to go surf in the morning. I mean, that's a lifestyle I think we all agreed we wanted to live when we moved to San Diego, and Mission Beach is really what we all wanted it to be.
Yeah, Seth O'Byrne, Top Agent Magazine. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on everything you have going on, man. You're doing huge things, very well respected in the market, and I always say he's a pro's pro. Speaks on stage at events, featured in Top Agent Magazine, and well beyond. So thanks for coming to the show. Appreciate it. Mission Beach, great area. If you want to look into it, go to SethSold.com. That's Seth's website. Coming up next.